Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a small village on the edge of a vast forest, there lived a sweet little girl known as Little Red Riding Hood. She got her name from the bright red cloak she always wore, which her grandmother had made for her. One sunny morning, Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to take a basket of goodies, cakes and butter, to her ailing grandmother, who lived alone in a cottage deep in the woods. She reminded her daughter to stay on the path and not to wander off. With a cheerful wave, Little Red Riding Hood set off through the forest. Along the way, she met a sly wolf who asked her where she was going. Innocently, she told him about her journey to visit her grandmother. The wolf, who had a devious plan, suggested she pick some flowers for her grandmother. While Little Red Riding Hood was distracted by the colorful blooms, the wolf took a shortcut to the grandmother's cottage. The wolf arrived at the cottage, knocked on the door, and when grandmother opened it, he quickly jumped in and locked her in the closet. Then he dressed in her nightgown and cap and got into her bed, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood. When Little Red Riding Hood finally arrived, she noticed something strange about her grandmother. She approached the bed and said, "Grandmother, what big eyes you have." "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf in a gruff voice. "Grandmother, what big ears you have." "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf said. "Grandmother, what big teeth you have." "All the better to eat you with," roared the wolf, leaping out of bed. Just then, a passing huntsman heard the commotion and rushed into the cottage. He saw the wolf and, with a swift action, rescued Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother from the wolf's clutches. The huntsman chased the wolf away, and he never bothered them again. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother were overjoyed to be reunited and thanked the brave huntsman. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood was much more cautious and always stuck to the path. And they all lived happily ever after. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great content.